All right, welcome to Unlimited Power. Sorry, my name is D-Rod, and tonight we are playtesting some Leia decks. I'm really excited to be doing these decks. Leia's been a big favorite of mine since the beginning of this game. Very aggressive. Now that we got a little bit more card pool, we're able to see a couple other things she can do. But I'm really excited to kind of mess around with her and see what kind of shenanigans other people have made. So if you're new to this stream, usually what I like to do when I play test is I take two decks from SWDB. I usually pick some of the hottest ones there, and you can find the descriptions, links to those decks in the description below. And then I make one myself. So we're going to be playtesting three decks today. One of them is going to be titled Leia Tempo. The other one is Leia Green Aggro by Omega. And the last one is a very, very popular deck, Vehicular Manslaughter by Jax10. So these have been some pretty fun decks. I've messed around with them a bit already. And yeah, I just want to kind of throw them through the gauntlet and see what other people are making and kind of show people some of the other aspects of what people are trying out with Leia. What are some synergy cards we're seeing? What are some things that may not work depending on the matchup or just in general? So let's just get to it. Going to be playing on forcetable.net here, which is always a great way to test your deck, mostly against AI. So we're going to go through the first one here, and it's going to be Vehicular Manslaughter by Jax10. So again, this has a lot of upvotes in SWDB. We see they're playing Leia, Organa, Alliance General. Obviously, if you're unfamiliar with Leia, she has the ability to exhaust herself, and then she can attack with a rebel unit, and then you may attack with another rebel unit. So that's two units in one action, cheating the game. This is a very, very good card. If you played a lot of Star Wars Destiny, especially in the beginning, you may remember Jango Fett had very similar cards where you could activate and then resolve the dice right after activation. It made Jango very popular in the beginning because not many other characters could do two actions in one turn, and we're going to see the same thing here with Leia. Jax10's also playing Tarkin Town, so they're going to sacrifice 5 life to have the epic action to deal 3 damage to a damaged non-leader unit. This can always come in handy. We see they're playing 3 Admiral Akbars. This seems to be standard with Leia, who is green and white. And so Akbar just really fits in there. There's no penalty for playing him, and as long as you have units in your ground space, you'll be able to hit units in your opponent's ground space with some damage. So really great card. Gives you Restore 1, a good amount of health there, so I like it. Big fan. Battlefield Marine, good card that recently came out. It's a rebel, it's a trooper, really can help you in sealed pools when you're playing different things like let's see, not Mahdi. I've already forgot the name of the commander. Wow, that's so bad. But Taggart, there we go. Admiral Taggart will put experience counters on troopers, so it's really nice. Gives you a couple other abilities there, but 3/3 for 2. No real penalty for playing this double aspect card. It's really good. Fleet Lieutenant always comes in handy. You're going to see this a lot with Leia decks. Just the ability to play this unit, attack with another rebel unit, and give it +2. We'll see some combinations here tonight where you'll be able to give your Leia Organa leader the +2, swing with her, and then swing with additional units. So you'll essentially do 3 actions in one, which is really great. And General Dodonna, so he is a lord. Essentially, he gives all rebel units +1/+1. So just buffing everyone. It's not experience counters. This is just going to be a static ability all the way through. K2SO, this is another card Vehicular Manslaughter is running with this red aspect. So recently revealed card, we see it with a 4/4 for 4 in red and white. So aggression and heroism. And when defeated, for each opponent, you choose one. You either deal 3 damage to that player's base, or that player discards a card from their hand. Most of the time that damage is going to be where you're going to want to sit, which is good. That overwhelm ability is really nice. You know, I would have liked maybe a little bit more on the health side, but a 4/4 for these abilities is pretty good. So it's actually really good. It's just very fair. Nothing too abusive here. I like the art a lot. Excited to see what we can see as far as other Imperial tactical droids going forward. Sabine Wren, so a 2/3 with the ability to, on attack, deal damage to an opponent's base or to the defender. Really good. Can get more benefits the more aspects you're playing, which is pretty easy in this type of deck. Snow Speeder with that aggression, or sorry, with that ambush ability, it's going to hit for 3. And on attack, you can exhaust the enemy vehicle, really slowing down your opponent's big units there. Spec Force Soldier, this is another great one that was released this week, or this last week, sorry. This is one I really want to see its abilities in some other types of cards, but when you play it, a unit loses Sentinel for this phase. So this can really come in clutch towards the end. Yes, you can play it your first turn and get some benefits from that, but you know, in the end, when you really are trying to get through your opponent's wall there and just need to get those last couple points of damage, this soldier can come out of nowhere and bypass the one unit with Sentinel. I really like that. Wedge Antilles, Star of the Rebellion here. You know, I'm not going to hate on Wedge, but how many Death Stars did he blow up? So he's a 5 cost for 5 and a 5, and each friendly vehicle unit gets +1/+1 and ambush. So Vehicular Manslaughter is the name of this deck, and so playing space units is going to be a big deal, and we're seeing them play 17. 2 Alliance X-Wings with just vanilla, just 2/3 Rebel fighters here. The Bright Hope, that gives you Sentinel, but you can bounce a ground unit back to your hand, and if you do, draw a card. Great idea of a transport vehicle there. Green Squadron A-Wing, this is another great one to pair with Leia. So it has Raid 2, it's a 2-cost unit that comes into play, and it's really going to benefit from that Wedge Antilles ability we saw. Red 3, another red-white card, so Wedge can trigger there. It's a 2/3 fighter with Raid 1, and every other white unit gains Raid 1 as well. So once you start putting a lot of these on the board, it gets pretty ridiculous how strong they are. So Starwing Scout 4/1, this is really important to kind of keep the initiative if you're going a little fast and letting your scout die so you can draw 2 cards. The Wing Leader to give rebel units some experience tokens to keep them in play a little bit longer, also important. And for a cause to believe in, another recently revealed card. I was messing around with this in the sealed this last week, and I really enjoyed it. If you're unfamiliar with the card, it says reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, and for each white aspect card revealed this way, deal 1 damage to an enemy base. Discard any of the revealed cards and put the rest back on top of your deck in any order. Yeah, this is really great. It's very satisfying when you can just win the game playing this 3-cost card. Again, getting through your opponent's shielded Sentinel units or just their overwhelming ground or space force that maybe you just lost your tempo and can't keep up with anymore. This kind of gets us there. And I like cards like this. It really rewards the work you're doing early on and, you know, gives you an answer towards the late game that when you think all hope is lost, right? Perfect red card, perfect rebel card. Yeah, it's good. An Open Fire, 3 cost, deal 4 damage to a unit. You know, if you're playing red, you should be playing Open Fire. So 4 damage deals with a lot of characters. So let's just go ahead and select this as our deck here. Again, the Vehicular Manslaughter by Jax10. You can find the link in the description down below. And we're just going to go ahead and play against someone's decks that we played against before. We're going to choose Tarkin Big Command by Surge. So, all right, let's randomize it, and we'll go from there. All right, as always, if you're new here, when we get the mulligan option, I always choose no when I'm play testing. I'd rather just mess around with the cards I have than alter it. Now, in a competitive tournament, anything that is higher than casual, I will always mulligan for at least the best option. But you may get stuck with something bad, and you might as well learn how your deck works if you don't have the God Hand, right? Even if you don't have all the synergy you want, you may get stuck with it. So no mulligan for us. We got to make that hard decision of what goes into our resource pile. Now, this deck does have a curve. A lot of cards really curve out at 4 and 5. So we're probably going to drop Organa. We're not going to see that for 2 more turns. We got a couple other options. The Starwing Scout is good for drawing cards. Sabine is okay, but we can put Sabine out this turn. I think we're going to drop the Starwing Scout. So both our 3 and our 4 cost unit go away. The AI opponent gets to go first. A reminder, they're playing Grand Moff Tarkin, so they can pay 1 resource to give an Imperial token to, an experience token to an Imperial unit. In this case, they played a 1-cost TIE Fighter, and so they'll be able to give that an experience token. So we'll play Sabine Wren. The AI will put an experience token on the fighter, as they should, and we'll take the initiative going first next turn. All right, we got another Sabine Wren, so let's just throw her in the resource pile there. And let's start having some fun. Let's make Sabine a little bit stronger. Give her 2 more experience tokens. AI plays another TIE Fighter. We're going to go ahead and swing on the base. Deal 1 damage with Sabine's ability, and then hit the base for 4. Tarkin's going to put another experience token on that TIE Fighter. That's okay. We'll take care of it next turn. It has a total of 3 health. And we have an open fire with its name on it. Ooh, Wedge Antilles. Alright, Wedge is one of our cards that really do cap out at 5. We're a turn away from there. Akbar is going to be good for if a ground unit hits play, especially if it's another 3/1 type character. We really want to take care of that now. So let's drop the X-Wing. All right. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and swing with Sabine Wren right now. We know we have what it takes to take out that TIE Fighter. Tarkin's either going to drop something else we want to kill, or he's going to do something like that. Snowtrooper Lieutenant into the TIE Fighter, the one without the experience token. We're going to go ahead and swing on the base. The AI will probably do what anyone would do and put a token on their TIE Fighter. We're going to go ahead and take that out. This will ensure we lose initiative, but something satisfying about just having the AI waste it. Now, one of the things I should have done, honestly, was trigger Leia's ability and swing with both my units, saving myself 1 extra action. I could keep initiative. But that's okay. So I really want to play Akbar the right way and take advantage of that. So let's see what else the opponent plays here. We can kill it, because I know we can kill the Snowtrooper Lieutenant. And out comes Grand Moff Tarkin. So now, when the Moff attacks, he will put the experience token out instead of paying a resource. No good. All right, let's go ahead and do an action. Let's play a card. We'll play Akbar. Akbar is going to check the field. There's 2 units in play, so we can do 2 damage somewhere. We're going to choose the Snowtrooper Lieutenant. It says Grand Moff cannot put experience tokens on himself. Out comes Admiral Piet, 1/4, and any unit that costs 6 or more now has ambush as long as Piet's in play. All right. We're going to go ahead and put... now let's be aggressive here. We're going to attack with some units. Yeah, we'll swing on Piet. And we will do damage to the base, because we have enough damage to take care of Piet. Continuing to put pressure on there. And then we're going to use the Wing Leader to swing into the TIE Fighter. And now Grand Moff has no targets to put an experience token on unless he plays another unit. All right, he played another unit, which is a good move. That allows us to move a little bit further. We're going to go ahead and deploy our Leia. He'll swing with Grand Moff, putting an experience token there. That's okay. And we'll go ahead and swing on the base. So we won't have initiative next turn, but it's a 13-14 match. We still have an epic ability we can use. We got a Wedge Antilles, who again, it's going to help our vehicles when we use those. And we have a K2SO as well as For a Cause to Believe in. So yeah, a couple different options here. Oh, 2 K2SOs. We're at 5. We don't really need to drop a card, but we can. 4 and 1, 4 and 3. That's not really going to make a big difference. We'll drop K2SO. Gives us 6, so if we want to play Wedge and a Spec Force soldier, we can. Out comes Colonel Yularen. So when you play... Oh, look, that's... is that coming out right? I apologize, these cards are not zooming in correctly, as they should. Oh, look at that, it is not. I feel like they made them bigger or something. Alright, well that's a little annoying there. I'm not sure how I missed that update earlier. Maybe I can fix that in a second. Give me a quick second here. This should all be in the back. Nope, that's not it. All right, moving one thing real quick, see if that helps. It apparently did not. I apologize for that. Yeah, I apologize that these are not going to come out as well as we'd like. Really odd. Something must be a little bit different than normal. I'm not sure what it could have changed, honestly. All right, we'll just move on and try to make a quick fix after this. All right, 6 resources left. And only half those cards showing. Really annoying. All right. Let's move. Let's go ahead and do some damage here. Veers is going to be a problem. We got 14 left. And we have a total of 4, 5. And Leia with raid 1. So additional 13 damage. So it's a lot of damage sitting right there. I think we can just go ahead and swing. I'm going to go ahead and swing with Leia. We're going to swing on the base. Hit it for 4. Drop it down to 10. Attack with another rebel unit. We're going to attack with Sabine Wren on the command center. Deals 1. Deals another 4. Puts us at 9. 8. Tarkin swings at us. Putting another token on General Veers. No fun there. We'll go ahead and hit with Akbar. And Akbar puts 2 more, Ty Vance comes into play, putting 2 experience tokens on Imperial unit. Again, gotta fix that card enlarger there in just a second. Let's go ahead and let's play For a Cause to Believe in. We have 3, and we show 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Wow, who would have thought? And we win. So, great. It does not matter about these cards. It's giving us a couple options there on Force Table, which is great. But that is the first match with this deck. We're going to go real quick on a pause and just fix this. So give me just a second. All right. I think we got everything fixed except, the transitioning into this correctly. So we'll just move on there. If this will do what I want it to do. I don't think it will. That's okay. Oh, that's what's wrong. Anyway, can anyone believe I've done this before? I have, I promise. So we're going to go ahead and try up a different deck. Again, we're running Vehicular Manslaughter by Jax 10, and it was a really quick aggro match against Tarkin Big Command by Surge. You can find that in previous playtests I've done. You could also just look that up on swdb.com. All right, let's run a different type of deck. We ran Leia against Tarkin. Let's try Leia against Home Run Han by Garbage Rollers. So another fun deck you can find on SWDB. Select that as player 2, randomize, and we'll just go ahead and hop right back into the game board here. All right, and this time, look, you can kind of see the card. Apparently, I shrank it. That's okay. Fix that. Extra small. Just regular small. Restart the game. Man, today is just a weird day. But that's all right. Here having fun. Here to play some cards. Here to get some stuff shown to everyone. And we're just having a good time. All right, look at that. Cards back up. I like it. Now you can actually see the cards I'm talking about. So moving forward, we got to drop some cards here into the resource pile. Snowspeeder's not going to make the cut. That's a resource 5. And we could drop the Spec Force Soldier this turn. That's fine. Or we can drop the Battlefield Marine, I think. 3-3 or 2-2, 2-3. I think we're going to go ahead and drop the Spec Force Soldier. Those lieutenants you really want to hang on to because they will hit with the punch. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Han Solo, who went first, they have the action ability to exhaust, put a card from your hand into play as a resource, and ready it. At the start of the next action phase, defeat a resource you control. So Han currently has one more resource than us, and almost every turn they'll be able to be a little bit ahead of us, but once they run out of cards, it's a little bit harder to maintain this. They need 6 resources until they can put Han into play. And once he hits play, he now on attack puts the top card of your deck into play as a resource and ready it. And at the start of your next action phase, you defeat a resource you control. So it's going to do the same thing. He's a 4/6. He's okay. Really, it's the resource abilities that can give you some options here. They're also running Energy Conversion Lab. So as an epic action, play a unit that costs 6 or less from your hand. Give it ambush for this phase. This can be dangerous. Sometimes the AI uses this correctly and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see. All right, I got to play a card here. Let's go ahead and drop the X-Wing and see if Han has the Falcon. Han does have the Falcon. Falcon comes into play, readies, and when you ready cards during the regroup phase, you either pay 1 or return this unit to their owner's hand. So we're going to take the initiative. Han's going to either swing into our X-Wing or swing into the base. They choose the X-Wing. All right. That damage does not matter to that Falcon. Han can always return it to their hand, and it'll not be a problem. We saw how well For Cause to Believe In helped us out that last match. This match, not so much. We need a little bit more of a board presence. So we're going to go ahead and drop the Star Wing Scout, because as long as we have initiative, we'll be able to go first. Or we'll be able to draw some cards when it dies. So let's go ahead and play the Scout. See what the Falcon does. They play Admiral Akbar. All right. That's fine. We'll draw 2 cards. We're going to get hit by that Falcon, or we can actually use Tarkin Town to get rid of it, which is what we're going to do. All right. So I'm a big fan of that. The opponent took the initiative, but that's okay. We drew our 2 cards. They have 2 in their hand. We have 5. So we're going to have a nice 7 while they have 4. Going into turn 3. All right. We're going to go ahead and drop the soldier. into the resource pile. We're 1 away from putting out Leia, so we need some rebel units into play quickly. We can play 2 this turn, both being Battlefield Marine, or we can even drop Sabine Wren. This red 3, though, is looking great. Each other friendly unit gains raid. I like that. So let's just go ahead and put Sabine for an option, and we'll put the Battlefield Marine. Admiral Akbar apparently is hitting us. Okay. Not a fan. All right. Now comes the Marine. The AI took the initiative, so they're going to go first. We're going to pass, and let's hope that they don't swing on us too hard here. All right, Snowspeeder is going to go. I'd rather play a couple of other cards rather than just one. They're going to hit a resupply to get a couple more resources quicker than us. And we're going to go ahead and deploy Leia. See what the opponent does. They play their own Battlefield Marine. Not a problem. With the epic action. Sorry, they used Energy Conversion Lab epic action to put the Marine in and swing on this turn. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and play our Fleet Lieutenant because I don't want to get hit by this Rogue Operative who has Raid 2. So we're going to go ahead and attack with a unit. We're going to choose Leia Organa. She's going to swing on the Operative, finishing it off. And the reason why we pick Leia is so we can swing with the Battlefield Marine as well. Swing another Rebel unit. Yes. Let's go ahead and take out... Let's just take out Akbar. Let's get him out of here. And we can drop another 2-cost unit, and it's going to be the Green Squadron A-Wing. Out comes Han Solo. So Han Solo, again, he's a 4/6, and when he attacks, they'll put another resource into play. They're holding on to something back there. I doubt it's going to be a game changer, but we'll find out next turn. We lose our Leia to Han. That's a smart move by the AI. Every now and then, they do the right thing. So we've hit 5 resources. There really isn't anything else higher than this. All these cards are playable. We can add 1 card and play 2 3-cost cards, or we can just play 2 cards. Either way, it's 2 cards are hitting the field this turn. We definitely need to play Akbar first to take care of the Han Solo. So the question is, do we want this Fleet Lieutenant? I think we do. So let's go ahead and drop the Battlefield Marine, and we're going to pivot this fight to space. They're going to play a resupply. It's one of those times where I'm pretty sure the AI is just making the wrong decision here. All right. They play a Leia. We take out Han Solo with Admiral Akbar. Again, when you play Akbar, you count the amount of units you have in a space, and you can deal damage to a unit in the same arena. So we chose 3, and we were able to hit Han for 3. All right, let's go ahead and play another card here. Let's go... All white units get this. Yeah, we can do that. We'll play red 3. Fleet Lieutenant also looked good, but I'd rather go that. Han Solo plays Lothal Insurgent, 3/2 Rebel, and when played, if you played another card this phase, each opponent draws a card, then discards a card from their hand. So we did lose the Battlefield Marine, but that's okay. We got some other options here. We're going to use Leia's ability to attack with 2 rebels this turn. This action, sorry. First, let's swing with Green Squadron on that base, finally dropping it. Boom, put it down to 21. Swing with another rebel unit. Let's go ahead and... Got that raid. Let's take advantage of it. We're going to put the pressure on them. They can go ahead and try to take out our ground arena. That's fine. We got 2 great units in space with the Fleet Lieutenant and Squadron A-Wing there as backup. We'll take the initiative, so we'll go first. Nice open fire and another red 3. No reason to play anything. 6 is a great resource for this type of deck. Let's use Leia's ability first to get these ground units going. First, we'll swing with Akbar, who's going to have Restore 1. Not that we need it. Attack with another rebel unit. Yes, Battlefield Marine. Swing for another 3. We're going to drop it from 15 to 11. Sorry, because we get that raid bonus from red 3. Okay. The AI plays shoot first. I'm a big fan of this card. You attack with a unit, it gets +1/+0, and this attack deals its combat damage before the defender. So perfect. We don't even trade any damage at all. It's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and play a Fleet Lieutenant. Attack with a unit. Yep. Does not have to be a ground unit, so we'll choose space and swing with that A-Wing, who's going to hit it for 6, bringing down the conversion lab to 5. Leia Organa swings on her battlefield Marine, and they both trade. Attack with red 3. Opponent's definitely going to take the initiative. They have 7 resources, no cards in hand. It is our game. Vehicular Manslaughter, there's a reason why it has so many votes on SWDB. I think last time I checked it was in 11 or 12, so that's pretty high for decks I've seen on there. And it really just kind of keeps going. I did a stream with this yesterday of playtesting a Vader deck against it and had a lot of fun. So I was really excited to kind of pilot it today, and a lot of credit to Jax 10. So this is one of the decks that really gave me some trouble with even the AI piloting it, because it really does have a solid tempo build. That splash of red does a lot. Let's go ahead and get one more game in against a different type of deck. All right. Alright, so again, the deck we just ran was Home Run Han by Garbage Rollers. You can find that on SWDB or any of my previous playtests. I have some links in there. None of that today. The decks we are playing are listed in the description below. This one being Vehicular Manslaughter by Jax 10. So again, this is going to be us. And let's see here. We did a Han, we did a Tarkin. Let's go with my favorite. Tim Buns on Blue Dabu Dee Dabu Die. So Tim Buns a great player, world champion at Skytear, member of the Wolfpack and Flesh and Blood, and I've played against him in several Star Wars games and always excited when he builds fun little decks here. So let's play against that. Random ICU goes first. And let's see how it does against the Grand Admiral himself. If you're unfamiliar with Thrawn, his abilities are, when the action phase starts, look at the top card of each player's deck. So he does get deck knowledge before you. And as an action, you can pay 1 resource and exhaust him. You reveal the top card of any player's deck, and you can exhaust a card on the field, a unit on the field, that is equal to or less than the cost of the revealed card. So the other ability is when Thrawn is in actual play as a unit, he will do the same effects, except the trigger is when he attacks. So very similar to Tarkin as far as trigger abilities. So he's a 3/9, and you need 6 resources to get him into play. Tim is running Jeddah City, 25 health location, or base, sorry. In an epic action, give a non-leader unit -4, -0 for the phase. So the goal here is to just weaken your opponents and control the match. No mulligan for me. We're just going to play this deck as is and deal with the consequences of it. Ooh, red 3 and Wedge Antilles there. I think that's it. Yep. Both of those go out. We have 2 red 3s in our hand. Wedge Antilles is 5 costs, so we got to play for the turn here. They're going to drop an ISB agent, so we're just going to go the opposite. Let's go to space. Out comes Greedo. So we have a 1/3 and a 3/1. Let's take the initiative. If you're unfamiliar with ISB agent, when you play, you may reveal an event from your hand, and if you do, deal 1 damage to a unit. There was nothing for them to hit, so there's no reason to reveal. And Greedo says, when defeated, you may discard a card from your deck. If it's not a unit, deal 2 damage to a ground unit. So. Ooh, all right. Double Spec Force soldiers. I like that. Let's drop the Snow Speeder for now, and we'll probably go ahead and play the Wing Leader this turn. So again, we're going to stay in space because we can. Oh, Thrawn activates Jeddah's epic action, giving us -4 for the turn. We can still swing though. We have raid 2, so we're just not going to hit very hard. We hit for 1 instead of 5. Out comes the Mining Guild TIE Fighter. Great little card here. On attack, you pay 2, and if you do, draw a card. This is great with Thrawn, so trying to control the match. But where Thrawn's going to struggle is good tempo, aggressive decks. So we're going to take the initiative. Now we're going to get hit for 4 damage here. That's okay. We got a lot of damage coming Thrawn's way in space, and he's going to have to deal with that, and we can get some ground units into play pretty easily. So, for example, Admiral Akbar can come in there and take care of the Greedo. We got another wing leader here. I like that. Let's go ahead and let's play Red 3. Red 3 is going to give all of our white aspect friendly units raid 1. Thrawn uses his ability to look at the top card of our deck, which was a Dodonna, so you can tap down the Green Squadron Air Wing. That's okay. We'll go ahead and swing with our wing leader into the base. Greedo's going to swing on us, and we're going to play the Spec Force Soldier, and then we're going to end up passing the turn here. So now that we're filling out our arenas, that's going to work out a little bit better. No one has Sentinels, so we'll just click whoever. It's going to work out a little bit more in our favor, so we can use Leia's ability, and especially next turn, Leia can activate and hit the ground arena, so it's going to be good. We'll take the initiative and move on. Take a little bit of damage on our base, that's okay. TIE Fighter and the Wing Leader exchange. That's the right move for the AI. So the one thing you don't want with Leia is a lot of units out there. Okay. Now Dodonna. So we can either take care of Greedo or we can drop Dodonna. I think we're going to go ahead and take care of Greedo. Donna's good though. Yeah, we'll play Dodonna. We're gonna drop K2SO and we're gonna drop Dodonna. Let Dodonna hit play. Give the opponent a threat there to deal with. A 4/4 is hard for him to kill immediately, and it's giving us Lord. AI plays or reveals top card of our deck, which is for a cost to believe in, so they can trigger Red 3. That's smart. We're gonna activate our Leia. Let's see what the opponent does. All right. 7th Fleet Defender, shielded 3/2. That works in their favor. Let's swing with Leia Organa now. We're going to actually swing into Boba Fett. Boba Fett's kind of a pain that I don't really want to deal with later on. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we'll swing with another Rebel unit, Green Squadron, into the base. Hitting the base for 7. Out comes a TIE Fighter. That's all right. Spec Force Soldier here is going to go ahead and hit the base. Since it's white, it deals a couple more points of damage, so 4 total. AI has to deal with that General Dodonna. We're going to go ahead and there's nothing to hit with our epic ability, so we're just going to take the initiative. Let the ISB agent hit Dodonna for the kill. We'll trade there. That works out well for us. All right, we have a for cause to believe in. They're at 10. I don't really need to drop any of these cards, honestly. So we're just going to hold on to them. The goal here is swing with Leia, swing with Green Squadron. That'll be a lot of points of damage, and then we're holding the rest with for a cause to believe in. So if you really need it, I don't think we do. I think that's game. All right, Vehicular Manslaughter. Very, very good. Having a lot of fun with it. Jack's 10, great job here. You can really stop at 5 or 6 resources. You're usually be able to play 2 cards a turn once you hit 5. Not really a problem there. We could see the other options just in case. Let's say we didn't go first and they took out one of our ships and we just had Leia and the soldier, then we had it here with for cost to believe in. So max amount of 4 points of damage. You just want to make sure you're playing heroism. So this is a great one. Check it out on your own. You can find, again, the link in the description below. We're going to go ahead and move on to a different deck. All right. So Vehicular Manslaughter, great deck here. I think we saw almost all the cards. Red 3, Green Squadron, Bright Hope we really didn't play, but we saw it. Wedge Antilles we just didn't get to, but, you know, we could have. And I didn't really play K2SO either, but you know, it's good to have those options. All right, next one we're going to move on to is Leia Green Aggro by Omega. Let's take a quick look at this. This is Leia Green, so she is actually double green and white. So with Energy Conversion Lab, which we've seen a couple of matches ago. Reminder is an epic action. Play a unit that costs 6 or less from your hand. Give it ambush for this phase. So, all right, running Admiral Akbar. 3 Agent Calluses. Great card with ambush. Battlefield Marine, a C-3PO, so you can look at the top card of your deck. If you know the number, draw it. Fleet Lieutenant, yes. More General Dodonna, so that fun 4/4 Lord there. Homestead Militia, who is not Rebel, but is a great Sentinel card. Once you have 6, it's a nice low-cost Sentinel in green. So R2-D2 really assists you with C-3PO, looking at top card of your deck. The Pathfinder here with that Saboteur is solid. As far as ships, we're seeing some similar ones. Alliance X-Wing, the Bright Hope, and Wing Leader. The difference here is they're running Patrolling V-Wing. So, great card, draw a card. Not a Rebel, though. So, will not trigger Leia's abilities, or work with Leia's abilities. 1 upgrade with just Academy Training, 2 of those. And both double green aspect cards. Now, we only have 2 double aspect green cards. And one of his attack pattern Delta, recently revealed. Give a friendly unit +3/+3 for the phase. Give another +2/+2 and another +1/+1. Great card. You just need to have units in play to take advantage of it. 3 is great. 2 is good. 1 is poor, honestly. But it's a good card. And then double green command. So, you know, if it has the name of the actual aspect, it's got to be good. And I'm very excited for when they reveal villainy. But command is a great example of what green does. You choose 2 in any order. 2 experience tokens to a unit. Friendly unit deals damage equal to its power to a non-unique enemy unit. Puts this event into play as a resource, or return a unit from your discard pile in your hand. So we get recursion, we get a buff, we get a damage, and we get a ramp. That's... what else do you want? Like, this card does it all. I love it. And you're my only hope. So it's an event listed as a gambit, because that's exactly what it is. You look at the top card of your deck and you may play it. If it costs 5 or less. So, sorry, if it costs 5 less, that's what it is. If your base has 5 or less HP remaining, you may play it for free instead. So you definitely want to look at the top card. You want to hope it's, easy to play, and that you have the resources to play it, and or that your base is below 5. So definitely the gambit if it's below 5, because maybe you have some other options and you're just risking it. But yeah, let's put it to the test here. All right, we were just playing this Han, and we're going to go back to it, playing against it. Randomize and hit. Let's head back to the game board. All right, both of us playing Energy Conversion Lab, but no mulligan for me. Ooh, I don't know if I like what I got, but that's the point. We got to figure it out. We got a Homestead Militia and a Bright Hope, 2 attack patterns. That's not going to be good. And an Alliance X-Wing. So we can play the X-Wing this turn. Wow. Let's drop... We may need this Academy Training. So let's go and drop those 2. All right, this can go bad if Han plays a Falcon. So Han's going to tap to put a resource, and we're going to go ahead and take the initiative. There isn't anything else for us to do. And luckily, Han doesn't have a Falcon in hand. He plays the Rogue Operative, a 2/4 with Saboteur and Raid 2. So dangerous, but not immediately destroying our X-Wing. So... oh, hey, look, we got Command, we got the Militia, we got Academy Training. I like all these cards, but one of them has to go. Obviously, we don't want to get rid of Command. That's a really good card. Attack Pattern Delta may be the one. So, the other cards are really good board presence, where Attack Pattern Delta is, when we want to clear the board. And losing 2 of those right now just means we don't have some options later, but that's all right. Let's swing. Swing with the X-Wing into the conversion lab first. Han's going to tap to put in another resource. We're going to play R2-D2, who's going to reveal another R2-D2. No, we can leave him in our deck. We can definitely deal with R2. Oh, dangerous. General Organa with the Epic Conversion Lab coming in. Hits us for 4. This is going to make Rogue Operative very dangerous. It's going to give Rogue Operative +1 and that raid 2, so it's going to hit us for 5. There isn't anything else we can do except play the Academy training, so I think I will now. It was going to go on R2, but we're about to eat that 5. Let's take the initiative. Han Solo over here, making us work for it. Let's drop R2. We can now play the command. We really need units in any of these arenas for Leia to work. Han is just moving a little bit too fast for us. So our options here are to return a unit from our discard pile to our hand, put this event into play as a resource, and a friendly unit deals damage to its power equal to a non-unique enemy unit. That's probably what we'll choose to deal with Organa. So let's play command. And yep, let's put this into play as a resource and deal damage of a friendly unit's power. 4 damage here. We'll take care of the Rogue Operative because it has to be non-unique, and we can't kill the Operative. We need the Operative to swing first, or else Leia may not survive. But Leia coming out is good, and we can get the Homestead Militia in there with Sentinel. That's going to benefit us a little bit. Yeah. Let's go ahead and pass. Rogue Operative's going to hit us. Ooh, drops us down to 11. Nah. Not fun. Not fun. Let's put Leia into play. AI takes the initiative as they should. Leia's going to go ahead and take care of Organa. Let's get him out of here. That'll take care of the Rogue Operative as well as it loses its static buff. We're going to pass and move on. So we were able to catch up a little bit here. All these cards are good, and the nice thing is we don't really have to get rid of them. So we're just going to say no. Let's see what the opponent does here. Go ahead and play our Homestead Militia, which is going to give a Sentinel. Oh, no, because we don't have 6. Ugh, dumb. Dumb me. That's all right. Let's go ahead and attack with Leia. Attack on the base. And we'll swing with the X-Wing. They're definitely going to go first. Let's activate here. Put the X-Wing into play. Oh, it has to hit a unit. It only has ambush. Ugh, either way. I have no problem making mistakes. None. All right, I do have to trigger that Sentinel, so which is what I should have done. Forgot it's 6. And here comes Han Solo. Okay, so we got to move. We got to move on this base. We're going to swing with Leia Organa right now. Swing with another Rebel unit. Yes, please. We should have probably swung with the Militia. That's okay. Swing with the X-Wing. We need 1 more damage. 1 more. Let's play Admiral. Play Akbar. And we're going to deal damage to just one of these Marines. Doesn't matter which one. Out comes a regular Han Solo with ambush. Gross. Deals damage to the attacker before the defender can hit him. Swing on Energy Conversion Lab for 4. Again, if we would have swung with the Militia, this game would be over. But we do have it. Let's take the initiative. Nothing else we need to do. Battlefield Marine will hit us for 3. Drops us down to 2. No resources left. One card left in hand. We go first. So the answers are there. As long as I don't, hit pass. All right. Let's have Akbar swing. That's fine. If you're the title of Admiral, I have no problem, letting you step in and take the glory. So no problem there. All right. Again, we are playing a Leia deck called Leia Green Aggro by Omega. You can find this in the description below. A link to SWDB. Had a couple hot votes this past week. Let's put it up against something else. Let's go against the live stream deck by one of the creators, Jeremy Zorin. Great deck here of Darth Vader, also playing Energy Conversion Lab. This is going to have some ramp. The goal of this deck that Jeremy made is to get some of your big cards out. The Star Destroyer, get Vader into play 2 turns early. Yeah, it can be dangerous. So let's put it to the test here. If you design this game, you don't make easy decks. I'll tell you that. They're definitely not easy. I played against Jeremy a few times in the Star Wars Destiny, and that guy, he can make some good stuff. All right. No mulligan on our part. Take what we got. We're going to drop attack pattern Delta and the Dodana. Ugh, Dodana or Bright Hope? The Fleet Lieutenants work really well with the Bright Hope. Being able to get that extra ability is good. So we're just going to go with Dodana. All right, Vader plays Seasoned Shore Trooper. Now 6 or more resources, the unit gets +2/+0. This deck can get 6 resources quickly. So this is a race. So it's a race, and you hope that Vader doesn't get the cards they need. It's a good game. It's a good, tough game if Vader's at the same resource level as you. But once he gets 1 ahead, it's dangerous. 2 ahead, good luck. Good luck. We're going to drop attack pattern Delta. And we're going to go ahead and play the Fleet Lieutenant and swing with Alliance X-Wing. There it is. Look at that. Seasoned Shore Trooper, +3/+3 with the Fallen Lightsaber. Why this guy needed that, I don't know. Picked it up off someone. Play the Lieutenant. Attack with a unit. Go right in. All right. Seasoned Shore Trooper is probably going to hit our base for a total of 5. That's a 5-turn clock with that thing. All right. Out comes Agent Callus and the Homestead Militia. These are some good cards. We got to drop 1. May just be Bright Hope for right now. It's Bright Hope. All right, we're at 4 resources. We could have bounced the Fleet Lieutenant. Instead, we are going to go ahead and let's use an action ability. Let's use Leia's ability here to attack with Rebel units twice, because this Fleet Lieutenant's not going to survive very long. Out comes a Snow Trooper, First Legion, so nothing special about it. It does get do a little bit more damage if it's attacking a damaged unit. We're just going to go ahead and play. Let's play Akbar, and let's deal 2 damage to the Shore Trooper. Start working on it a little bit. And now the Shore Trooper is dual wielding for some reason. You know how Shore Troopers are. Everyone remembers that in Rogue One. I just watched that. The Shore Trooper picked up 2 lightsabers and stopped everything. It was really cool. That's not what happened. All right, we're going to drop You're My Only Hope. We can play a Callus right now who can hit the Stormtrooper for 4. Sorry, Shore Trooper for 4. Shore Trooper, though, has a total of 7 health. So, not going to be easy here. We can do something. Shore Trooper can also take out the First Legion Snow Trooper, which is good. All right, let's play the Fleet Lieutenant. Attack with a unit. We're going to attack with this Fleet Lieutenant into this Shore Trooper. Hit it for 5. Does it? That'll get rid of him. Now it comes an Imperial Interceptor, dealing 3 damage to our space units. No bueno. We'll go ahead and put out our Leia Organa. And we'll be able to swing with our Akbar and Leia in the same action. We'll be able to go first next turn. One thing I'm still need to get used to is the Epic Conversion Lab. It's not a base I play too often, which is why it's good to, play test other decks and try these types of things, figure out why it works. So I'm still trying to learn what is the best card to kind of use with this. Obviously giving Agent Callus ambush, he already has it, so there's no point there. A lot of militias. I guess we're playing some militias this turn. Might as well just get rid of one of those. Luckily, we did stabilize a bit. Vader's coming, though. Vader is coming. We're going to go ahead and swing with Leia while we can. Right, attack with another Rebel unit. So, again, we did get lucky. Vader's been at the same tempo as us. That means they have not seen any Super Laser Technicians, any resupplies. It's just a normal, slow game. Which is great. So, and you can kind of see it's still tough. It's still tough for me when Vader isn't moving as fast, because they could have had a Vader out last turn and they could have a Vader out this turn. No problem there. We are going to go ahead and use the Energy Conversion Lab. And no, are we? No. Nope. See, that's, I don't need to. There's no reason for the ambush. So I guess I'll just play the V-Wing and draw a card. And we might as well swing. I mean, it's going to die. That's fine. That's on me. Again, ambush is the key word here. Out comes the Cell Block Guard. Not a problem. We're going to drop our Homestead Militia. Vader's going to deal 1 damage to our Leia to finish them off. And then they'll hit our base for 3. We're going to go ahead and take the initiative. And we have 4 on the board. All right, double Organa here. That's fine. Vader is coming out this turn, so that is going to be the big problem. All right, let's play Callus, and we're going to swing into the Cell Block Guard. We got to get past that Sentinel. We're not going to be drawing a card since it's not a unique ability. Callus's ability only triggers if a unique character dies on the opponent's turn, on our turn. And only once a phase. We are going to trigger Leia's ability to swing with both of our Rebel units right now, and hope that Vader doesn't draw a lightsaber. Oh, my bad. Homestead Militia is not a Rebel. That's right. I said that at some point. All right, Vader's going to swing. Vader deals 2 damage to any unit in any space. And he swings on the Homestead Militia because of the Sentinel. We're going to go ahead and take initiative. Well, we still play a card. Let's play a card. Now, see, if I was the opponent, I probably would have just taken the initiative myself, knowing that I'm so close to death. So I'll take the initiative. We're going to hit for 3 by the Energy Conversion Lab, so we are at death, but they do not have Sentinel. And even if they did, we have the Pathfinder there who would find their way to the base, and so the game is ours. Again, if Vader got any of the 6 cards they would normally use, Super Laser Technician, Resupply, this is going to be a completely different match. So, and let's see how different it is. Let's run that back. Let's run it back. All right. Oops. All right. Yeah, let's see how this goes again. All right, no mulligan for us. I'm definitely dropping You're My Only Hope. It's just such a tough card. I think 3's too high. I don't think I ever want to play it for 3. And we gotta drop 1 more. These are good. We'll drop the Pathfinder, even though that Saboteur can come in handy. We have options, though. We have a space. We have a Pathfinder. They play an Admiral Piet. You know, all types of stuff. We're going to drop R2-D2. Shows his Agent Callus. Put on the bottom of our deck. No, we can actually take Callus. He can be our dedicated resource next turn. We'll pass. No problem having a dedicated resource. Put Callus there, and look at that, Wing Leader. That is fun. Alright, Fleet Lieutenant's going to come into play. We're going to go ahead and attack with R2. Let's swing on this base. Showing us a Bright Hope. I like that. To the bottom of your deck? Nope. And the AI plays the First Legion Snowtrooper. So no resupply, no Super Laser Technician. All works. Now let's take the initiative. We get Energy Conversion Lab there. That's never fun. And Vader uses their own ability to damage the Fleet Trooper for 1 and our base for 1. We get rid of Attack Pattern Delta because our units aren't staying on the field. That's a smart move. You should never let Leia units stay on the field. We're going to go ahead and swing with the Fleet Trooper into the Conversion Lab for 3 damage. And if we can, which it looks like we can, we're going to go ahead and Bright Hope. Put the Fleet Trooper back in our hand, draw a card. Perfect. Alright, we are going to take a little bit of damage here, but that's okay. We got them at 19. They're going to drop us down to 19 as well. We have a Fleet Trooper we can drop next turn, a Wing Leader. We can play the Fleet Trooper to make the Bright Hope a little bit stronger. Ooh, options. We'll get rid of the generic X-Wing. Okay, let's go ahead and play... Let's play the Fleet Trooper, swing with the Bright Hope. Swing for 4, right there. Gross. Out comes the Fallen Lightsaber on that Sentinel Cell Block Guard. Saboteur's fun. Yeah, let's do it. Well, no, Saboteur's not going to do anything. Again, I have not mastered Epic Conversion Lab at all. V-Wing can stay on top. No. Yes, and we'll swing in the Cell Block Guard. Just hit it for something. No. I'm just bad at Epic Conversion. At this Energy Conversion Lab, honestly. I'll get it. This is the point of playtesting. The more mistakes you make with the deck, the less likely you're going to make those mistakes in an actual tournament and game. So, all right, opponent has all 3 units left to use. We're going to pass. We want them to use that Cell Block Guard first, so that way we can put Leia into play. There it is. Drops us down to 12. Gross. Activate Leia. Snowtrooper will probably swing now. Takes out our base. That's fine. Let's take the initiative. I'd rather go first. Leia's ability is solid. Do we want to go to 6? That will give us the options for Wing Leader and Fleet Lieutenant. So yeah, we want to go to 6. Alright, first things first. Let's play the Wing Leader and give Leia some experience counters if she's going up against the Cell Block Guard, who only got stronger. That is gross. Fleet Lieutenant, give Leia a little bit more power there. Swing into it. Hits it for 8. We take 9. Definitely trades. Oh my gosh, another Cell Block Guard. Again, Jeremy knows what he's doing here. Swing on this base for 2. They're at 13. Wing Leader's out. Oh my gosh, yeah. Again, Vader Green. Vader Green is a solid deck, and there's a reason why the designer built this type of deck here. We don't really need to play any cards. We're at 6. That's good. We can play Command this turn, which is what we're going to do. Alright, give 2 experience tokens to a unit and deal damage to a non-unique enemy. So 2 experience tokens here. Choose the Bright Hope and take out the Cell Block Guard. Out comes an Imperial Interceptor. Not enough to take out the Bright Hope, which is good. Let's use Leia's ability. Actually, we don't have to use Leia's ability. Let's go ahead and play Academy Training on the Bright Hope. Keep that in play. Vader hits us for 1, and the base for 1. Ooh. Action ability now. Use Leia's ability. Swing with 2 Rebel units. We're going to choose the Fleet Lieutenant. Then we'll hit with the Bright Hope. All right, we drop him down to 4. We're at 8. Vader can get dangerous if they drop a Vader. Well, I think Vader's lightsaber is not going to be enough. We're going to take the initiative. Snowtrooper Lieutenant gives them +2, hits us for 7. 4 to 7, I think it's us. Oh man, that was a tough fight. No reason there. Hit the Leia for the overkill, attack with Rebel units twice, hit with the Bright Hope, and then swing with the Fleet Lieutenant. All right, putting him at -3. Good job. So not Vehicular Manslaughter, Leia Green Aggro, by Omega. Fun deck. Let's run it one more time against a different style of deck here. All right. So far everything's been working out. I really wish we could see attack pattern delta after a couple of turns rather than really early. Would love to see it when we do have 2 units in play. Just really would help that late game. So we're going to try one more deck here. Let's go up against Vehicular Manslaughter. So let's do the kind of the mirror match here. Not really, just the double Leia deck. So let's see how this goes. Back to the game board. Vehicular Manslaughter and Leia Green Aggro, both links in the description down below. They're going to be playing Tarkin Town, and we're running Energy Conversion Lab, and maybe, just maybe, I will use this correctly this match. No mulligan for me. Already getting rid of Attack Pattern Delta and Callus. So, Leia mulligans. Sorry, AI Leia mulligans. Let's play a card. Let's go the Marine. Let's put a little power out there. They do the same thing with Alliance X-Wing. It's a 2-3, and we have a 3-3. They are both separate arenas. Take the initiative. Draw 2 cards. C-3PO R2-D2 combination. That helps. Got to put down a card, though. Academy Training it is. All right, first things first. Let's swing with the Battlefield Marine and get some damage in. We're going to play R2-D2 and C-3PO this turn. Wing Leader comes into play, giving 2 experience tokens to the Alliance X-Wing, making Wing Leader really fun. I really like the style of this card a lot. 2-1 is also good for it. It's not unique, just a leader. I think that's really cool. All right, let's play R2. Let's look at the top card of our deck. It is a Battlefield Marine. It costs 2. That is important. No. Leia triggers her ability. Sorry, AI Leia triggers their ability to activate the X-Wing. It does not matter. That's just a silly AI thing they did. We're going to play C-3PO. When you play C-3PO, you need to guess a number, reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's cost that same value, you can draw the card. You may draw the card. So it is a Battlefield Marine, which we knew. We are going to reveal it to our opponent and draw it, giving us 1 extra card in hand. So keeping the card advantage up. So we both have the same amount of cards in our hand, but I have more units in play, which is good. Go ahead and drop R2-D2 into the resource pile. You can run Admiral Akbar right now to take care of that Dodonna. That's exactly what's happening. Yes. So Akbar sees 4 units in 1 arena. He can deal 4 damage to a unit in this same arena. So we take care of the Dodonna, allowing us to take less damage this turn than we were going to. Attack with rebel units twice in a row. We're going to attack with R2-D2. Look at the top card of the deck. It is You're My Only Hope. It costs 3. We're going to say no. Leave it on top. And we're going to attack with another rebel unit, C3PO. We're going to say 3. Oh, what do you know? It's 3 cost. Reveal and draw the top card. Sir. Again, imagine if You're My Only Hope was like 1, right? I think with the fact that you need... sorry, not this card. I'm thinking of the reward medal ceremony. Yeah, this one's a little bit different. I mean, if we know it's there, I guess it works. Let's swing. You really want to use R2, I guess, and just guarantee you're getting it. But everything in your deck stops at 5, so maybe worth that. All right, AI's at 17. We're at 15. No epic actions used yet. We need to drop a card. I'm just going to drop Admiral Akbar, since we already have one into play. Now we can activate Leia this turn, and so can they. They play a Battlefield Marine. We're going to go ahead and deploy our leader. They play a Fleet Lieutenant to swing with us with their Alliance X-Wing. Gross, bringing us down to 9. What they don't know is we're going to do pretty much the same thing. Yep, we're going to put 2 on Leia here. They're swing with that wing leader, hit us for 2. They have no more resources. They can activate their own Leia, which is bad. So let's go ahead and wait for that Leia to swing. Let's find out what's on the top card of our deck, because You're My Only Hope may be important. I don't really need to see that X-Wing, so we're going to say no. Yes. Put on the bottom of the deck. Hit the base for 1. Out comes Leia Organa. C6. All right, let's go ahead and let's do Energy Conversion Lab this time. Play 6 cost or less unit and give it ambush. Yep. We're going to play Fleet Lieutenant. It's going to give attack with a unit. Yes. And choose Leia Organa. Leia's going to hit that Leia. Their AI Leia there for 8. It's going to take 3 herself or attack with another rebel unit. And we'll sing with C3PO. We're just going to take a guess here. Let's say 2. Hey, it's 2. We'll draw another X-Wing. Hit the base for 1. Trigger the Fleet Lieutenant, who also has ambush and can hit something for 3. We'll go ahead and hit there. Thought maybe we'd need the Lieutenant to swing on the Leia, but we don't. And we have nothing else to do, so we're just going to swing on this base and restore 1 here. Putting us at 8. Let's pass. Now the AI can attack with 2 units. It looks like they have 4 and 7, so they have 7 they can do this turn. That is bad. We'll go ahead and play Battlefield Marine. We need this Homestead Militia, and we need a Bright Hope, honestly. Yep. All right, I think the Vehicular Manslaughter gets us, and that's all right. No problem. No problem with that. We got to do 11 damage. I don't think we have 11 damage. So we'll go ahead and attack with Leia. I guess the option there was I should have used the Battlefield Marine to kill the other Battlefield Marine. That would have given us a little bit of options. Oh, for a cost to believe in, there it is. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. For a cost to believe in is a great card. Hits us for 2, finishes us off. So great time playing these. Really enjoyed them. Those are the 2 decks that we had listed below in the description. Again, Leia Green Aggro by Omega. You can find SWDB. And then Vehicular Manslaughter by Jacksten. That's the one that just beat us. Great couple decks here. Let's go ahead and try the one I've been working on for a little bit. Got some time. I'm going to take a quick pause, and I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and I'm supposed to be on the game board, but I'm not. How about I hit this button? And that'll fix everything. Bam! Much better visually. Okay, so we are playing my Leia Tempo deck. You can find this in the description below. So listed under Unlimited Power on SWDB. This deck focuses on the colors of green, white, and yellow. Nothing special here. I really didn't want to run the Tarkin, or sorry, not the Tarkin, the Jedha City. That'd be our option with the base to lower units, -4/0. Running a lot of similar cards here that you've seen in the other two Leia decks, but one of the things I did take out was General Dodonna. So Dodonna seems to be a staple with Leia. It makes sense. It's Rebel. It gives you Rebel units +1/+1. He's a 4/4 for 4. But I just kind of want to move a little bit faster. So let's take him out. And what I traded it for was a couple other cards with Saboteur. So Rogue Operative being one of those, Rebel Pathfinder being one of those. So the name of the game here is to be aggressive, to be putting something out every turn that's a threat. You don't want to get held up by Sentinel cards, right? You need to be swinging every turn, delivering. If you can exhaust your opponents, do it to get by. But once that Sentinel comes out, you need to have answers, and these operatives and Pathfinders are going to get us there. So, no mulligan for me. We got a Falcon we can play next turn. We got a Bright Hope. These are all cards you want to see in your hand, but yeah, you got to make the hard choice of what to get rid of. All right, Bright Hope's going to go, and say what you want. Asteroid Sanctuary is going to go. Gotta go. You got to play for the turn. You see this card? Scout Bike Pursuer. This guy is rough. 1/4 with grit. This thing can be a 4/4, no problem. Yeah, for 2. It is a good, solid card. I think we're going to see this in a lot of the blue aspects being played. If you're unfamiliar with who we're playing against, it's Iden Verso. This is one of the top rated decks for them on SWDB. You can find it in some previous play tests. This is played or created by Jay Unplayable, I believe. So Iden Verso here, shielded. When an enemy unit is defeated, heal 1 damage from your base. So they can heal. They can also exhaust to do the same thing. So we're going to go ahead and play R2-D2. See what the top card of our deck is. It's a V-Wing. I like that. We're going to leave it on top, and we'll know what we're going to play next turn. Pass. As much as I would love to kill that Scout Bike Pursuer, it's not happening. I really want that Falcon, though. This is tough. We're going to drop one of the operatives. We have to. We need a play for the turn. The Falcon can come out now and be a good threat. Look what just happened. Death Trooper comes into play, and this is a perfect pairing. Death Trooper comes into play, deals 2 damage to a friendly unit, i.e. Scout Bike Pursuer, who is now a 3/4, and deals 2 damage to R2-D2. So not only will Scout Bike Pursuer kill R2, Scout Bike Pursuer will get stronger after killing R2. It's kind of dumb. But we have an answer. We'll play Admiral Akbar and hit the Scout Bike Pursuer for 2. Akbar sees 2 units in the ground arena. He can deal 2 damage to another unit in the ground arena. So, in your face. In your face, JN Playable AI. Alright, we got another Asteroid Sanctuary. We're going to leave that on top. Hit the AI's base for 1. We're going to pass since they already have the initiative. We don't have anything else to do. Alright, shoot first, drawing cards, Asteroid Sanctuary. We have some options in front of us. Let's drop shoot first because we don't have any damage to kill this Death Trooper. Regional Governor. Alright, great. 2 cost, 1/4. They're going to name a card. What did they name? Patrolling V-Wing. Great, because they saw it. Smart. Again, the AI surprises me. This is why I love that Force Table was created. If you're not trying it out, I recommend it. If you want to be a patron member of theirs, you can sign up on their Patreon. That's going to give you access to sealed gameplay. I'm definitely on there, clearly, because I do a lot of streams with sealed. But I'm really enjoying it. Really like this. It's better than TTS. It's clearer. The AI is a little bit better. Yeah, you don't get to play real people, but hey, I can play games whenever I want very quickly and get a better idea of how all the cards work. So I'm a fan. All right, let's just get to it. Let's play a card. Asteroid Sanctuary. We'll go ahead and tap the Death Star Trooper, put a shield on R2-D2, because why not? And let R2-D2 do some work. Attack with Rebel units twice. R2-D2 is going to take out this Stormtrooper. Everyone remembers that in the movies, right? Rebel Pathfinder. Bottom of your deck? Nope. Love to play that. Attack with another Rebel unit. Yes, sir. Let's swing on the base. All right. 28 out of 30. Another Death Star Stormtrooper. We can't play the Patrolling V-Wing because of the Regional Governor. We can take the initiative, though. Next turn, we can put out Leia. And now we have a Wing Leader. V-Wing can go ahead and hit the resource pile since the Governor's out. Let's play the Wing Leader on... Let's put on Akbar. Let's make Akbar a little bit tougher here. They put Entrenched on the Death Star Trooper, giving it +3/+3, so now it's a 6/4. So they're just going to be clearing the board there. Let's activate some abilities. I do not want to activate my leader. I'm going to swing into the base here. Battlefield Marine. Bottom of your deck. Yeah, bottom of the deck. I don't see a ship. Hit the base for 1. Attack with another Rebel unit. We're going to swing with Akbar. We kind of lost this ground game. We don't have anything to really deal with this. These are all some tough guys. We're just going to have to pivot a little bit here until we get going. The good news is they are going to want to swing into these units and damage them themselves. Or they're going to waste cards like Open Fire. So AI is going to keep doing what it needs to do to keep the board clear. And that'll mean we can put some damage on these units without having to waste our attacks. Because I would rather continue swinging into this base and let their units swing into mine. As they are, look at that. The damage is coming. Let's see what the Death Star Stormtrooper has to swing into a unit. They can kill Akbar or they can go for Leia. They can take out Leia. So, not a big deal. Not worried about it. This deck usually stops at 5 or 6. So, I think we're probably just going to go to 6. We got a Wing Leader and a Snapshot Reflexes. I like it. Let's play a Wing Leader, giving this Akbar a little bit more. Again, they have to deal with the with Akbar there. Play card, Snapshot Reflexes on Akbar. Now he gets to attack a unit, or gets to attack this turn. We're going to swing right into the base. Hit it for 6. So Akbar has so many tokens on him, you can't see him anymore. It's like real life, right? If you ever had to play a card where, you know, you're putting so many +1/+1 counters or buff tokens or shield tokens, anything like that, you know what I mean? Just kind of consumes the whole art of the card. All right. Akbar gets hit for 6 and he's still standing. Do I know how much health Akbar has? Not really. I do know our base is at 22 and the opponent's at 13, so I don't really need to do any more math than that. Perfect. All right, we don't need to drop any of these cards. 6 is the perfect number for this type of deck. First, we're going to attack with the units twice, Akbar and the Wing Leader. 6 damage there. Attack with another Rebel unit. Yes, please. All right, it's going to drop it to 5. Now we have the answers. Oh, we had the answers in our board. So Count Dooku comes into play. He gets a shield, and you may defeat a unit with 4 or less remaining HP. So that bought him some time. The Falcon was about to come out and do some fun damage there. We'll go ahead and play the Falcon anyway. Comes into play and untaps itself. Death Star, or the Death Trooper, decides to swing on us. That's not a problem. We have 20 health remaining. Let's hit their base for 3. Regional Governor over there. Again, not a problem. Let's just take the initiative. We have an Akbar. We don't need to play it. Again, this game's over. We got there pretty quick. Jay Unplayable made it very fun, a very interesting deck, but it's just... Again, this is Leia tempo, so it does what it needs to do. And just for fun, let's play Snapshot Reflexes and attack with this Akbar, who hits it for 8? 7 total. Great. So you can see that they had a takedown, which was going to be helpful this turn, and a TIE Fighter, which wouldn't have got them there. So, all right. Load new decks. Load new decks. So again, just taking a look at what we built here with Leia Tempo. It's 3 colors, so we're not running double green, just green, yellow, white. Akbar we've seen, Battlefield Marine, C-3PO, R2-D2. We are running Leia Organa just to help us control the board a little bit. And again, these 2 units, Saboteur. So we want to save them, get past those Sentinel units, and just continue to keep the pressure. So tempo doesn't just mean drawing cards every turn, playing cards consistency. It's all types of tempo. So draw, hit, play, right? You need to be doing these almost every turn. You can't slow down. You got to keep the threat out there. Bright Hope, give us some options with those fleet lieutenants and buy us a little bit of time. Falcon, because it puts pressure as soon as you hit the board. The V-Wing for the draw, not a rebel, I know, but at 2, it's worth it. Wing Leader to make it a little bit stronger. Now, 2 cards that I know some people are hesitant about are Snapshot Reflexes and Shoot First. The reason why I like these cards is you get to play a card, give yourself a little bit more strength, which this deck needs, and you get to hit something. So you immediately get to act. So if you're activating on a Leia, you'll be able to activate 2 units, and so you're essentially running 3 actions in 1 turn, which is great. Shoot First is going to keep you protected. Snapshot Reflexes may give you the extra damage you need to survive the hit. Really great. Other 2 events I'm running is Asteroid Sanctuary and Bamboozle. So optional cards, nothing I ever really want to hang on to. They're great cards, but you got to keep units on the field. So playing these early on means you're sacrificing something, but getting them late in the game gives you the options you need to make sure your opponents are getting through. So, all right, let's set it back up. Let's go with Vader by Jeremy. Right, this is my ultimate test here. Like, run the AI deck with let them pilot a great deck made by the designer themselves, and see how we do. This is usually my typical matchup when I'm testing my decks here. So, and the AI mulligans. A reminder, this Vader green deck means that they can get Vader out 2 turns ahead of normal. They do they do this by running 3 super laser technicians and 3 resupplies. So in a perfect world, I don't even think they can get it on turn 3. So I think turn 4 is the earliest you can see this. Turn 3, turn 4. Nope, I think it's turn 5. Turn 5 is the earliest, or sorry, not turn 5. When you have 5 resources, the earliest you can see this. So that is turn 3. You should have 5 resources. Yep. So, all right, let's see what happens. No mulligan on my end. I love all these cards, though. So, Bright Hope has to go, and Battlefield Marine. So the reason why I'm choosing Battlefield Marine and Bright Hope is that these cards all synergize together. R2-D2 allows me to see what I play next. C-3PO can draw me that card after R2. Leia Organa can exhaust a unit, already a resource, and the V-Wing draws a card. We're going to go ahead and play the V-Wing and draw the card now, giving us an Akbar. Perfect. Let's pass. So now we can play R2-D2, and we can play C-3PO and draw another card this turn. We can't kill that First Legion Snowtrooper who just got a big buff. So they're now a 5/6. Gross. Not only are they 5/6, if they damage anything, they get overwhelmed and +2/+0. So double gross. We kind of have an answer for that. Guess we'll play Leia and we'll go ahead and exhaust the unit. Ding. Attack with our V-Wing for 1. Opponent takes the initiative. We're going to go ahead and put R2-D2 into play. He's going to show us to shoot first. That's great. Bottom of your deck? No, we'll keep it. It's probably going to be a resource card for us. You know, I do like losing a Leia to play a Leia. That's not bad. We did it for 3? I don't know. Nah, resource it is. All right, out comes the Emperor's Royal Guard. So if you control an official unit, this unit gains Sentinel. They did use the epic conversion to swing into Leia themselves, which is fine. We'll play our own Leia, and we're going to go ahead and exhaust the Snowtrooper. Vader has 1 resource left, and they use it to activate their ability to hit our base for 1 and destroy the V-Wing. We're going to go ahead and attack with R2. There is no Sentinel, so we'll just go ahead and swing. Fleet Trooper on top. Nope. Fleet Trooper is really good for us. Play C-3PO, and then we're going to pick a number. We're going to choose 3 because we know the Fleet Trooper is 3. Reveal it and draw the card. So we have 3 units in play at the moment in the ground arena. So we can play Admiral Akbar at the start of our turn and hit something for 4. So we can start dealing damage to the Snowtrooper or take out the Emperor's Royal Guard. Mahdi just hit play, meaning the Emperor's Royal Guard does have Saboteur, which is gross. We'll play Akbar. Or not Saboteur, it does have Sentinel, but we're going to play Akbar to deal 4 damage to the Snowtrooper, who gets a Vader's lightsaber. Gross. Attack with Rebel units twice. Let's see what's in our hand here. That's fine. Another Fleet Trooper. Okay. Nope. We want that. Sure. Let's finish off the Emperor's Royal Guard with Leia Organa. We are going to lose Leia, and that's okay. Snowtrooper swings into our R2-D2 for some reason. Oh no, it triggers the Vader's lightsaber, I guess. Triggers 1 damage to each ground unit? No? Where'd that damage come from? I feel like some extra damage came from somewhere, but I can't see here. It's 4 damage to first. First Legion Snowtrooper deals 10 damage R2-D2. Oh, wow. That's a lot. Alright, well, anyway, we're going to finish him off. They're at 6. They're taking 5 damage, but they can take 7 total. Let's swing into... was it 3? Yep. So they're probably going to use their one resource to damage Mahdi and swing again with the First Legion Snowtrooper, which is the right move. If the AI is smart, they'll swing on the base. But no, they did not. So they should have killed Mahdi, I think, and then swung at me one more time. We can activate Leia now and swing, which I think is what we're going to do. Because we don't really want Mahdi to stay on the board any longer. If the opponent has taken initiative, which they did, we can go ahead and take care of Mahdi ourselves. They can go ahead and untap one of their units, but they don't have any more actions left since they gave up the turn. Let's put the Pathfinder. All right, we have 4 units. Opponent has 1. We're going into the 6 resource. The AI has not gotten anything they needed for Vader to hit play yet, so to at least ramp. So there it is. They resupply, so Vader can come out this turn. Now we know. Luckily, we have an Asteroid Sanctuary, so we can exhaust the enemy unit. It's going to cost us 3, so let's go ahead and play a Fleet Lieutenant and do some damage here. Attack with a unit. Leia first. Right into the base. Attack with another Rebel unit. Yes, please. Right into the base again for another 2. The good news is, because the Snowtrooper has Vader's lightsaber, they can't, I mean, they could play another one, but that kind of buys a little bit of time. Maybe they don't have one, so. All right, let's play Asteroid Sanctuary, exhaust Vader, and we'll give a shield to C-3PO here. We're going to take 8 from this First Legion Snowtrooper, which is not good. Hit the Snowtrooper ourselves with Akbar, and then we'll finish off the Snowtrooper with C-3PO. Opponent takes the initiative, so it's all us. Let's guess. We're going to say 2. Oh, it was 1. Snapshot reflexes. That'd been helpful. All right, pass. Okay, we got another Asteroid Sanctuary, another Snapshot reflexes, so AI may drop something. Oh, they go for overwhelming firepower, taking out 3 units, 2 units. Not a big deal. We'll play Asteroid Sanctuary, exhaust, and we'll put a shield on our Fleet Lieutenant. Okay. Play our own Fleet Lieutenant. Attack the unit, yes. Attack with Leia. It's going to hit this the first 6, I believe, dropping them to 8. Hit the Energy Conversion Lab for another 3, dropping them to 5. All right. They take the initiative. It all seems good. We'll pass. So we have a Fleet Lieutenant, a Snapshot reflexes, so either way, we should be able to get this damage in. AI will probably play a card. Ooh, Palpatine is good. Split up some damage there, but not enough to stop us. Fleet Lieutenant. And we'll go ahead and swing with Leia for the win. Overkill, definitely. 6 there, attack with another unit. So 4 total overkill. That's great. So Leia Tempo doing its thing. That's exactly what it needs to be doing there. Let's load another deck here. So we just went up against Jeremy Zwern's deck he did on a live stream a couple weeks ago. You can find this in a couple of previous descriptions, specifically under like the Vader playtest I did, or just look it up on SWDB. But a lot of good stuff here. Again, we just didn't see the ramp. So, but 6 cards in that deck, 50 cards. You're not always going to see what you want. All right, last match for us for the night. Leia Tempo has to go against something. We're going to go ahead and choose Tim Buns. We played this match earlier. I'm Blue Dabba Dee Dabu Die. So, let's see. The Grand Admiral Thrawn against the Princess and Hero of Alderaan herself. So, no mulligan on our end. Snowspeeder is going to go, and I guess Snapshot Reflex. You got 3 units in play. We can play something. Let's play 3PO. Thrawn's probably going to drop something like a 3 cost. Ooh, Bamboozle. We found it. By 3 cost, sorry, I mean he's probably going to drop a 1 cost unit that has like a 3 on there. No, he didn't. He dropped the TIE Fighter. I thought we'd see a Greedo. Still time. No Greedo, no ISB agent, no Death Star Trooper. Okay. I guess I can't play Death Star Trooper. All right, we're going to get rid of a Leia since we have one in our hand already. Swing with C-3PO. Get that going. Let's take a guess here. We're going to say 2. It's another Leia Organa. So, again, keeping your card costs low is really going to help with C-3PO. We only have a few 4s and 5s, but everything else sits at 1, 2s, and 3s. So, feel the card and draw it. Yep, let them know you have another Leia, if that's threatening at all. And out comes the General Veers. All right. We'll play our own Leia here. And we're going to go ahead and exhaust the TIE Fighter. Opponent's going to take the initiative. That's not a problem. We're going to pass. So our goal next turn is to play Admiral Ackbar and take care of this Veers. Except, oh, wow. I would have put the experience tokens on the Veers AI. That was a mistake. And then we'll learn. That's what they do. So that works for me, though. Let's go ahead and use Leia's ability here. Attack with Rebel units twice. Swing with Leia. Hit Jedha City for 2, dropping it down to 22. Hit with C-3PO. We're going to take a guess here. We'll hit, say, 2 again. That's a Falcon for 3. So no extra draw that turn. We are 2 turn cards ahead, which is great. I'm just going to go ahead and play Snapshot Reflexes now. We won't be able to take advantage of it, but it saves us an action later. So, especially when we already have like shoot first. Card has to go. Snow Speeder. We're not really seeing a big threat on the board, on the ground arena. So we're pivoting a bit here. Syndicate Lackeys come into play. Take out Admiral Ackbar. Okay, well, you know, if that's what you want to roll, that's how you want to roll. Let's attack with Rebel units twice. Get that going. Hit Jedha City. Attack another Rebel unit, C-3PO. We're going to take another stab at this, and we'll say 2. It's 4 for the Bright Hope. It's action ability. We'll go ahead and... yeah, we'll activate Leia. We're going to get hit with this TIE Advance. We still have a couple of things we can do here. Let's play the V-Wing and draw a card. Gets us that Bright Hope we saw. We're going to also play the Millennium Falcon, who's going to untap. Swing with the Falcon into Jedha City. Keeping the pressure there, and then swing for another 4 damage with Leia Organa. That +1 comes from her raid ability. And we'll pass. So we have Bamboozle, an Asteroid Sanctuary, a shoot first. So we have some options here. We're already at 5. Just in case, we'll just get rid of... man, I don't really want to get rid of the Pathfinder. We don't got to get rid of anything, honestly. Pay 1 resource to keep the Falcon in play. Sure. Opponent goes first. Now, if they're smart, they'll try and tap down Leia, but again, we're not playing many cards that are higher than 5, so there's only a few. And they decide to play Cunning, so return non-leader unit with 4 or less to its owner's hand, great, and exhaust 2 units. So again, these double aspect cards, they do what they're supposed to do. Nothing else for us to really do here. We're going to go ahead and swing with Leia then. I mean, we have some options. I should play Asteroid Sanctuary. Let's exhaust the TIE Fighter and give the V-Wing a shield. Why not? No good to me dead. All right, fine. All right, let's talk about no good to me dead here. I know, like we're towards the end. But No Good to Me Dead is a really good card. Exhaust unit, the unit can't ready this round. My only problem with No Good to Me Dead, and I've been waiting for this to happen, which is why you're going to see a couple things, is this art does not make sense for this card. This is one of those things where I feel like the artist are confused about when this is said. So if you understand No Good to Me Dead, it is said in Empire Strikes Back. It's one of the few things Boba Fett says, but it's often confused with the carbonite freezing, which is not when it happens. Now, the weird part about this is one of those things, and I can't remember the term, and if you know the term, you can always write it in the chat below, but it is when it's Mandela effect. That's what this is. It's similar to when people think Darth Vader says, "Luke, I am your father," when in tradition it's more of like, what did Obi-Wan tell you about your father? Told me you killed him. Like, no, Luke, people get the sentences wrong. And this is one of those things. And the way I believe this is to be true is that, again, No Good to Me Dead is not said at this point in the movie. It is not said in this room. It is just said on the same planet. And it's said by the same person, but this is not the scene. In Star Wars, the card game has a pattern of doing this. Let's take a look real quick. If you recall the Star Wars CCG by Decipher, they did the same thing. So here it is. He's no good to me dead. And they're taking the same scene. So if you look at these two cards side by side, it's essentially Boba Fett is looking at the carbonite freezing. And Vader's there, and Vader's whole thing is like, I need to freeze Luke, because the only way I'm going to get him to the Emperor if he's held against his will. What's a better way than freezing him? Try it on Han Solo. That is not when Boba Fett says these words. So at this point, Boba Fett's already annoyed at everything, but he doesn't tell Vader this. But that's the way the card art is done. And this is from Decipher, so this is the mid-90s, pulled right out of the movie. This is what they decided to go with, but that's not what happens. The TCG does the same thing. So here we go again. And like I said, I was ready for this, so I have these images ready to go. TCG does No Good to Me Dead. Same scene, different room than when this actual phrase is said, just the same planet. And essentially almost like a different act of the movie. But they do the same thing. Now, Star Wars Destiny did it a little bit right. It's just, he's no good to me dead. Bounty hunter trying to protect the bounty, keeping him alive. Nothing big here. I was a fan of this card. I think a lot of people who played Yellow and Star Wars Destiny liked it. But again, this is not where that scene occurs. The scene actually occurs here. This is when Boba says he's no good to me dead. It is when they are torturing Han Solo for information on Luke Skywalker and where he is. And Harrison Ford's putting on a great act of screaming and yelling in pain. There's one of my favorite Star Wars cards, which I did not look up because I cannot recall the name, is from the Star Wars CCG by Decipher. And you see Han's head going into the torture devices. I mean, it's like sparking, there's needles. It's like 7 dentist instruments just right there, and your face is going right towards it. That is when Boba Fett tells Darth Vader he's no good to me dead, right? He's hearing his bounty, he's screaming, and he's like, don't worry about it, I'll compensate you, calm down. And I don't know what it is. There's just something about Star Wars artists that keep thinking these two things are related to each other. Now, are they the same characters? Yes. Are they on the same planet? Yes. Does it involve Han Solo? Yes. But there are two different instances here. One is packaging him for transport, and the other one's torturing him alive. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll get off that soapbox. I was just really ready for that. No Good to Me Dead again. Great card. Takes down Leia Organa, taps her for 2 turns, slows us down a little bit. We can bamboozle our way out of here, which can be fine. We have 5 damage on the board there and another 3 coming our way. Let's go ahead and get some damage into the base. We may bamboozle the TIE Fighter just to not deal with those experience tokens anymore. Play an ultimate cost? No. All right, both experience tokens are gone, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Thrawn's coming into play. That's fine. Thrawn's going to swing, but all our opponents our players are tapped. Sorry, units are tapped. and he shows us that Fleet Lieutenant. All right, we're going to get dropped down to 8. No, we're going to drop down to 11 because the TIE Advance swings on the V-Wing for some weird reason. I really don't want all these cards. We'll drop there. All right, no Leia Organa for this turn. It's going to be a slow crawl on our end. Okay, well, let's get to work then. Let's shoot first with the V-Wing. Take out the TIE Advance. See what the AI does. They should swing on the base with the Syndicate lackeys, but they choose not to. They tap down a Leia Organa and hit us for 5. All right. We're going to go ahead and play our Fleet Lieutenant. Attack with C-3PO into the Syndicate lackeys. We're going to say 2. It's a 3. It's Rogue Operative, but we'll take care of the lackeys. TIE Advance still in play. Boba Fett hits the field. We're going to go ahead and give a shield to our... Well, we're going to exhaust the TIE Fighter and give a shield to Fleet Lieutenant. All right. And of course, now when I want the Saboteur, here comes other things. All right. That's fine. 6 resources gives us some options here. We do have Leia this turn who we need to swing with, but we got this dumb thing. All right, we take out the Cell Block Guard with Leia, swing with another Rebel unit. Let's swing with Fleet Lieutenant. Do a little bit more damage there. Drop him down to 7. Thrawn's going to swing on us, probably tapping down the Leia Organa. Drops us to 5. We'll go ahead and bounce Leia to our hand. Bright Hope comes in with Sentinel, so buys a little bit of time. 2 resources remaining. We're going to play Leia, and we're going to tap down to Boba Fett. So we really kind of came in there. Everything worked out in our favor. Even with the No Good to Me Dead from the Thrawn, there's not enough damage on the board for them to get through us. They really don't have anything else to do. They can hit us for 2, and that's fine because we can swing with Leia and another Rebel unit. So we're just going to go ahead and take the initiative. Also, if we draw a Fleet Lieutenant, we can hit a little bit stronger. So, all right. No Fleet Lieutenant. We did get a Snapshot Reflexes, which is good. Let's drop that Falcon. All right, so we'll play the Snapshot Reflexes because I put it in here for moments like this. Attack with Leia, swing on the base, hit it for 5. Attack with another Rebel unit. So we just did 3 actions in 1. Exactly the point. And there it is. Was this scary? Certainly was. Did this deck do what it's supposed to do? Yes. We only needed 6 resources to get there. They definitely had a strong board presence, but we have alternatives here, and you can pivot. That's the kind of the point of splitting this up with your space and ground units, is you can go where you need to go, and it can be a fun time. So appreciate everyone watching. Appreciate those who stuck with it the whole time. If you're liking it, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a message. Thanks for listening to my No Good to Me Dead rant. And again, that's not the scene. That's not the scene. That's definitely not the scene. This is the scene. So yeah, so I'll see everyone later. We'll do a couple more streams this week just for the fun of it, and we'll get back to regularly scheduled streaming after the holidays, but we'll be doing a lot more just because I have the time.